Hello there and welcome to my PMDG 737 tutorial series. In this series we're going to go over all the aspects of how to fly this wonderful airplane in great detail, all from the cold and dark startup to the very final engine shutdown. A bit of an introduction: we're going to fly from Vancouver to Seattle today. We are WestJet 106. This is the Dash 700 variant that I just picked up. Having flown the Zebo for a long time now, over a year, I'm pretty confident in how to operate this plane. So I'm going to go through it in great detail, how to do it properly. Hopefully you enjoy it. We're also going through it with flow, so it's nice and fast for you all. It's easy for you to copy while you watch the video, and it should be easy for you to then remember when you get to learn the aircraft. A lot of my viewers on my streams have said that I need to Boeing, and that is understandable. I was new at some stage too, so hopefully this video series helps you out. All the videos are going to be in a playlist, so they should all be easy to find. And this is episode 1, how to do a cold and dark startup. We are now in Vancouver, cold and dark, ready to go, flying the WestJet livery. Looks really nice. Without any further ado, we've got the jetway attached. Let's jump into the pit. And as I said, cold and dark. Step 1, we go to the overhead panel. We're going to get our batteries on, so your battery knob is here. Click that on. You want to arm your light, so this knob here, click that on. You then want to go to your FMC. You can clear out the warning by clicking on that a few times. We can go to our actions page, ground services. We're going to request our ground power. Now the ground power is going to come along. It should be available. We're going to find the ground power available light illuminated. We're going to go to the bottom and flick it on. On comes the airplane. Simple as that. To finish our first flow, we are going to make sure this is on both. It is. That's good. We're going to make sure our lights are off as we're on the ground. We don't want to blind the ground staff. You want to set your panel to your cruising altitude, which is only 17,000 feet today. It's a nice short flight, nice and short today. And the elevation, so we're going to find the elevation of Seattle Airport. Which is around 400 feet, so we'll round it upwards there, so 450 on the altitude. Cool. We then can go up to our IRS display. That goes to heading, so you can monitor it. And these two go to nav, so nav on both. And that will do it for our first flow on the overhead panel. Now to show you all my route today, I will bring that up. Here's our flight plan. I use SimBrief. I've got a video on that on my channel that I can link above right now. But here it is. So here's our route. There's no SID. That's the direct. If there is control online, you may receive a SID, but usually it will just be a vector on departure, so nice and simple. But we have a star, so we will get that programmed in. Here's our paperwork. Got our fuel and our payload here. Our reserve is going to be here at 2.7, so we know that is all filled in. I'll go through that in more detail when I go through the NFF page. So you can go to FMC now. We're going to go to the, so we're going to return menu, FMC, positive page. here you're going to enter your current airport where you are. So we're at Vancouver, Charlie, Yankee, Victor, Romeo. You can ignore the gate. You want to go next page, copy in the GPS left coordinate, previous page, paste that in. Now we can go route page. Here, you want to enter in your origin, which is once again Vancouver. And we're heading to Seattle. Seattle. We are WestJet. (106). And today's runway, we're going to be departing runway. Let that load up. To our left. Sorry, that's the wrong one. I'm looking at the wrong place. 08 right. There you go. 08 right is the one. That was the alternate runway. So 08 right. Now we go to our departure arrival page. As mentioned, just 08 right for us. And it's a vector. So in Vancouver, charts are going to help you with this as well. I'm going to show you some charts as well to help you out here. The Vancouver 1 SID, I should say, is simply just a vector on departure. So we can just click on that. Route, activate, bang. That's simple. Now we can go route page, next page. We're then going direct to Roche. Alright. Remember, if you're going to a waypoint on the right side, airway on the left side. Our arrival is going to be in Seattle. It's going to be the Mariner 7. Oh, there's a lot of stars in Seattle. And we're taking on the 16s. That's going to be Roche. That was our last direct to waypoint, so Roche in that one. And we're going to be arriving on runway 16 left, will be the artist approach. And that should be good for now. Now we can go to the init page. As you can see, it's all blank, so that means we have to go to our menu. We're going to our actions again. We're going to our ground services. You can get your fuel truck. So our fuel today is going to be 4133 from SimBrief. Using kilograms. Request fuel truck. And that's going to fuel us up. We can also do some other stuff. We can get our toilets clean as well. And the water. Here they come. So cool, this feature, isn't it? So I should be fueling payload. So our zero fuel weight on SimBrief is, I'll show it as well. It's over here. So that's that done. And start fueling. So it is, okay, it is attached, which is good. There's a lot of options here. Some loaders. If you go there, it should work, shouldn't it? Let's try this. Right. So I didn't want to fill us up, so we just did it on the main page. All good. Okay. Now we can go. Cost index, I'm going to say 35. Doesn't really matter. Reserves were 2.2, as I said before. On the flight plan. Sorry, they're 2.7. Okay. And for the zero fuel weight, you just click it. It will already press the value and press it again. That's it. So fuel is 4.2 minus 2.7. So it's going to be 1.5, I believe. Let's see if that matches my flight plan. It does. Cruise today is 17,000. Average winds, I'll show you where you can find them. They're going to be right there. And fuel's fine. I get that warning, but it's always fine. We're matching the right profile. Alright. D rates, we can do a flex day of 45 degrees. Looks good to me. We can do a bit of a climb D rate. Takeoff flaps 5. CG, you press it once, it again appear. Press it again. V speed, click, click, click. V2 is 1 to 8. You want to go to your MCP. Set 1 to 8 in here. Trim is 5. Go a little bit more. There's around 5. That'll work. Now next page, it should be all populated in. Lovely. We can move the VORs off here. Make it look more cleaner. Here's that cruiser 170. Unless you have control online, they'll give you a lower level to climb to. You can go flight directors on both sides, VNav on, LNav on, auto throttle. Brakes go to RTO on here. We can go in we're on Unicom today. But I am flying offline for this video, so it doesn't really matter. Fork is going to be 2000 with air control, so 2000. And we go TRA. That's done. Now we can go back up here. We can get our fuel pumps on. We have no fuel in our center pumps today, so we can leave them off. We're going to go up here. Heats on. We got amper on. We're going to get our beacon light to on. We're going to get our APU. We're going to pull it to on. We're going to hold it down. And the APU is now going to fire up. We can get our seatbelts on now. And charms. Everything up there looks fine. There's the APU. Now we can remove some of those ground services we had. So when the APU button is illuminated, that means it's ready. So we're going to go APU generators, flick on. They're now on. We're going to go APU bleed to on. We can take our engine bleeds off as well. So now on APU power, we can go ground power off. We can go down here, menu, ground power release. So now we're on the APU. Perfect. Now we can go through our route a bit, so we can look at our route. That was our vector, it's fine. We're gonna go direct to in the air then. And again, another vector unravel, so all's fine. All's normal. That's our vector. Cool. Let's look at our airport map here. We're going 08 right. Let's bring up a chart of Vancouver Airport here. So we're at the close runway. Nice. So we can go pushback. I've also got a video on this mod as well. It's a really cool mod. Pushback mod. Go like that.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Actually, that guy is away. There you go.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. Please set parking brakes.
I guess that wasn't set for some reason.
Parking brakes are set. You
That's
may
all right.
lift.
Parking brake set.
Those should be
Lifting the
set.
aircraft.
Just gonna. We can go here.
You're
MFD.
cleared for start and push.
Up on the engines. There they are.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking
So,
brake.
we're gonna check again that we're all set up to go up here. We're gonna release the park brake now.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines
Now,
in
we're gonna go
sequence.
overhead.
It will start in the sequence.
We're gonna start number 2 first. So number 2, bottom here. Click it to ground. Then monitor the rising N2 on the bottom panel, the MFD. Once it hits 25, you're gonna bring in the fuel. So around 25, fuel's in. There goes fuel flow. And there we go. Heard that click, so we can go number 1 to ground. I've got number 1 now. Gonna bring in our fuel.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Now we can go flaps 5. So 1, 2, and 5. Now we've got 2 good engines as they're both on the off switch. We're going to go Gen 1, Gen 2 to on now. We're going to go AP bleed off, engine bleeds on, packs to auto, ISO valve to auto, hydraulics on. We're now going to go APU off. We're going to get our lights on for taxi. Chime the cabin. And now we are good for taxi. Now, the weather is like that, so it's fine. But if you think QNH, you'll change the QNH. So good. And that is the end of episode 1 of our tutorial series today, where we go through the PMDG aircraft from cold and dark. See you in episode 2, where we're going to go through taxi and takeoff. See you then. Appreciate you watching.